Hello and good morning, I think, wherever you're at today. Uh, Welcome to Friday Night Arcade. So this was actually the first Final Fantasy game that I ever played as a kid growing up. Um, I, uh, I bought it with my own allowance money and didn't really. I knew it was an RPG. I knew it was like kind of a big adventure game, but I didn't really know, like, how it worked or how the battle system worked or anything like that. I mean, I was like maybe 9 years old or something like that. Um, so yeah, this was my first experience with the Final Fantasy series, which is kind of ironic considering actually it's not really a Final Fantasy game. In Japan, it was part of the Saga series, which really wasn't Final Fantasy. It was similar, but not the same. Like not in the same ilk, I guess you could say. It was a totally different deal. So, but I didn't know that when I was like 9. I didn't care. I thought it was cool. The music in this game is uh, in my opinion, it's probably the best to ever come out of the Game Boy. I'm sure that's one of those subjective things. I thought the music for this game was just phenomenal, and I think that was the big thing that hooked me. Aside from it just being this big kind of sprawling, it's an open world game, but I think as we get into it, you're going to see that really it's not open world in the literal sense. There's worlds that are like each stage is kind of separated into its own little world. I'm just gonna get into it, and I do have a walkthrough, only because there's some interesting things about the leveling system with this game. It's different. So we'll just read along here. Magi, the symbol of great power, the legacy of the ancient gods who made this world. Many fought for the mighty power. Some won and some failed. Now another legend of bravery is about to begin. And interesting, you can actually pick and choose your party in this. Other characters will kind of come and go throughout the quest, but you can actually pick what all characters you want. You could have any combination of 4. So you could have a male and a female human, a male-female mutants, robots, and then there's monsters that you can also pick as well. Basically, the way the monsters level up is you get monster meat from killing other enemies throughout the game. Sometimes they'll leave behind like meat, and then the monster can eat it, and that will cause them to level up in a certain way. And you can actually, if you defeat a monster that's not as powerful, and then you consume that monster, you can actually make your character go down or go up. But like if you eat like the meat from a boss character, it'll actually go. You can actually make it a lot more powerful. So I have this open, so I know there's a certain order that you can. There's certain monsters that if you use those, it'll actually level up. You can actually make the monster super powerful by the end of the game. So I'm gonna try that. As a kid, I didn't understand any of that. I remember. I think I just picked some random ones and went with it. So I usually, you can kind of mix and match. You could, like with the robots, that can get a little tricky because the robots basically are entirely dependent on items. So that can get really expensive later in the game because every time you get to the new level, you're gonna have to buy that robot all new weapons and items. So like you wouldn't want to go with, it would be really tough later in the game if you went with all 4 robots. It would be really tough if you went with all 4 monsters and stuff like that. So you kind of want a good mix. So what I usually do, I usually have my main character just be a human because I'm kind of boring that way. So hey, what's going on, Mike? Thanks for jumping in. So we'll just name him FNA. That should be fine. And then, so the story opens. I still remember this. Dad, what is it? I have to leave now. So your father just randomly leaves in the middle of the night and gives you one of these magi that you have to find. He says, will you keep... Hey, wake up! I'm sleepy. Listen, do not lose this. Got it? Received Prism. Are you leaving again? Yep. Take care of Mom. Okay. Come home early. Some of the dialogue's pretty basic, but, so... why does he always go out through the windows? Yeah, your dad always leaves through the windows. He's not really sure if he was asleep or awake, but fast forward a little bit. Years later, FNA has grown up. Mom, tell me, FNA. I went to go look for Dad. Mother, oh, I knew you would say that someday. You're adventurous like your father, but I'm worried about you, Mom. You'll be alone. Don't worry about me. I'll be okay. Go ahead. Tell Daddy that I'm doing all right. I will. Take care. Mom, go to school and tell Mr. S that you're leaving. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, the dialogue's pretty plain, but... so basically, you're going off to find your dad, and you're getting caught up in this whole plot with the Magi. So you're leaving. So I have to tell you this. Oh, okay. The ancient gods made this world. Yes, I know that. Their legacy is left all over this world in the form of Magi. What you have received from your father is one piece of it. 77 of those Magi make a statue of a goddess, Isis. Ooh, that didn't age well. Each Magi has its own power. Some are using the power of Magi and trying to become new gods. Why did my father have such a thing? Preventing Magi from being abused for wrong purposes, like a hero. Well, yes, kind of. If you wish to find your father, search for Magi. I will. Your Magi is called the Prism. It tells you the number of Magi in the same area. It will help you. Thank you very much, sir. I will study more about Magi also. So, okay, I thought there were 99 of them, but it said there were 77, so... So this is the part now. So now we actually get to pick the rest of our party. It's good to have reliable partners. Take 3 with you. Like, well, can't I just take everybody? So we've got... So my character is a human, and then we'll do a mutant. I think the female characters tend to be more on the healer side of it, or the mutants, I think. Yeah, no kidding. So who wants their initials immortalized in this Final Fantasy Legend 2 playthrough? I'll put whoever puts their first initials out there, or name. I'll give it a few seconds here. Although, if nobody wants to be the mutant female, that's fine, too. Toasty. Alright, we can do that. I think there's only 4 characters, but... And... Let's see, I'm trying to decide if I want to have... I definitely want a monster, so, So, how about... Who wants to be the baby dragon? And then... So I've got a human, a mutant, a monster. I have to decide... Oh, they were Final Fantasy 1 names, that's right. Yeah, so full confession, I've never actually played through the first Final Fantasy. My cousin had it, and he'd never let me play it. He'd sit there and he'd fly around. He wouldn't let me. He never wanted to go in the overworld because the monsters would attack him. So he was like, "No, you have to stay in the." He didn't know what the hell he was doing. He would stay in the town, and he never want to leave. And I'm like, "No, let me try this. I think you have to." He would just never let me play. So yeah, I guess technically I saw the first Final Fantasy game on the NES, but never got to play it. This was the first game I actually got to play. There you go, Robot Roll Call. Cambot. Yeah, he can be Servo. I don't know how we can We've only got 4 characters. We'll call it Tom S. Or no, it could be Crow. I guess it could be Crow. That'd be easy. We got Crow T Robot. I don't know why I didn't think of that first. I'm embarrassed I didn't think of that at first. Alright, here we go. Mr. S. You should go to a town beyond the Cave of North first. It's just called the Cave of North? Thank you. Goodbye, sir. H. Tom. Yeah, that would work. Okay, so it actually starts us off in the town. And I think if we go back in here, he'll join back up with us. Okay, so we gotta go talk to everybody else first. We gotta go, meet the townies, and then we'll come back. The Cave of North is south. Yeah, I think it is. Nothing really of consequence here. I think everybody... There is a cave up north. Going to look for your father. Take care, FNA. I probably should have named my main character something besides FNA. I probably should have used a real name. Take this. So we got a potion, so that's good. I don't think there's a whole lot in the way of hidden things. You can... I think you can search bookcases and stuff like that, but... You're responsible for your friends. Now, take a good rest. So I think this actually acts... This area acts as a... Okay, yeah, so this is your house. This is where your father left out the window. Rick Drywall. Yeah. How many of those were there? Like, Buff Stinkfist, Big McLarge Huge. That's the best one. Don't be late for dinner. This is gonna kind of be... Mike! My sweetie! Mike, my sweetie! Make sure to behave yourself and be good. That goes for you too, Mike. So yeah, I'm gonna look around a little bit on this map and see if there's any... Yeah, they actually have a Pluto channel, too. I don't know if you ever... Yeah, see, Mr. S is gonna catch back up. I don't know if you've ever seen the Pluto app on a Roku player. I'm sure they have it probably on Fire Stick and stuff like that, too. It's basically free streaming TV channels, but it's not like your mainstream television channels. There's actually a channel that just plays Mystery Science Theater nonstop, 24/7. Mr. S joined your party. And we immediately got a monster battle. Alright. So this is, the items in this game are, rather than... Basically, when you have an item, there's a number next to it, and that's how many times you can use the item before it just gets broken and damaged beyond repair. You can repair the items at weapon shops, but they don't... you can repair the items at weapon shops, but they don't... Like, if it starts at 50 and then you repair it, I think it only goes back up to maybe 20 or 25 or something like that. So yeah, it's a little weird that way. So the robot actually just has a gun, which is pretty crazy. And then, so he's got abilities. He's got the fire ability. So yeah, and then the other kind of screwy thing about it is, in order for a character to level up, they actually have to get at least one hit in battle. So, like, none of my characters got any XP off of that previous fight because Mr. S was the only one who got any offense in. So, basically, you kind of have to make sure everybody gets a hit in order for it to... Like, if you're trying to level up your characters, you kind of have to make sure everybody gets a shot off, if I remember right. It's like a UHF style station. Yeah, exactly. That's a good analogy for Pluto TV. It's basically UHF. That's awesome. See, yeah. Okay, so I could consume that with the monster, but I'm gonna wait and try to get the boss, the meat from the boss battle. If I consume that, it may actually make my character get less powerful. So we're not gonna eat that. UHF is a great movie. I actually saw Weird Al Yankovic in concert a couple years ago. He was at a small theater here in my town, and he opened with UHF, and everybody got really, really excited. I don't think... Is there any way that I can... I don't think I think I have to pick... I have to pick an attack, I think. Yeah, it was kind of a weird concert series because he didn't do like the big theatrical, like with the costumes and basically make it like all of his music videos. Instead, he did like all of this really old stuff from his, you know, like the Dr. Demento years and stuff like that. And then the encore was actually a cover song of like a Fog Hat song or something like it was something really obscure. It was cool, but yeah, it wasn't the Weird Al show I think a lot of people were expecting. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was just kind of different probably than what most people were hoping for. See, so yeah, that's just the cave. So there's not much to this. So okay, here we go. So here's an actual battle here. So everybody's actually gonna get some offense in this time. It was nice of him to throw Mr. S in on the party. Make sure you've got at least one overpowered character before you get to the end. So you've actually met Weird Al and the Mystery Science Theater guys? That's cool. Where did you meet the Mystery Science Theater guys at? Wow, that's a really long way to travel without running into a random monster. Fully expected to have run into at least 5 monsters by now. Okay, so we got... Alright, so we've got a shield, and we've got bronze armor. I guess I should probably take a quick look and see what everybody's carrying here. Actually, I'm almost thinking I should give... I think I should give that to the monster, because the monster is actually not very powerful at the beginning. The robot doesn't need it. Yeah, I guess I'll give it to the mutant because she's got the least hit points right now, so we'll do that. And then let's see. So if we actually use this, there's 6 magi left in this world. I think we just get all those from the boss, though. I don't think there's much else to it. Cinematic Titanic. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I'd really like to go see one of their Riff Track shows. They did a Riff Tracks live last year down in Tennessee, and I've got a brother-in-law that lives down there. I really wanted... It would have been cool. That would have been an excuse to go down and see my brother-in-law. I'm gonna save... Yeah, I'll go ahead and use it. Oh, I actually got some offense in. Oh, 2 hits and main character's already down. That's bad. And I don't think... I think I have to have a, I don't think the cure spell will do it. I think you have to have, like, a Phoenix Down or something like that to raise him back from the dead. Alright, so let's... There we go. Yeah, those Rift Tracks live shows are a blast. I actually convinced my wife to go to one, and she really liked it. And so now anytime they're in town, like, she gets all excited about it. So I feel blessed that I have a wife that's on board with the whole Rift Tracks Mystery Science Theater thing. Toast, wired ice. So, okay, so yeah, that's another thing, is the mutants will actually learn abilities along the way. And I think their abilities get restored whenever you, if I remember this right, they will get replenished whenever you stay at an inn. Or there might be a potion for that as well. I'm kind of remembering this as I go here. So I don't think... I'm gonna double check. Yeah, there's not really much to this cave. There's 4 treasure chests, there's no hidden items or anything like that, it's pretty straightforward. And then you just get to the boss at the end. Jaguar's meat, nope. We're gonna wait on that. The weird thing is you can't pick it up and take it with you. You either have to eat it right there, or you lose it. We got a bow, and a hammer. Alright, so... So I think we'll just hang on to that. Yeah, so we got extra bow, extra hammer, some extra cure spells, or cure potions. Oh, you know what, though? I think there's... Like, you can't... There's no way to use an item. So you have to... I think you have to equip your potions onto a character. You can't dip into your party's inventory, if I remember right. So... I should put those cure spells on somebody, I guess. I'm relearning as we go here. Boy, that sword is just nothing. I almost feel like I should, level up my characters a little bit here, but I'm gonna be brave and just press ahead here. Like, I almost feel like I should spend a little bit of time in this cave leveling up the characters while I've got Mr. S on the team, but... So, funny story about this game. When I was a kid, I didn't really understand the concept that you were supposed to level up your character, per se. Like, I didn't get that. I thought that you would just... You could just... Like, I had no concept that defeating the enemies was making your characters more powerful. And once I thought it was... I mean, I realized that it was just... you could get gold and stuff from the enemy drops, but I had no clue that you were actually getting more powerful as you went. And then I figured out that in the battles you could run. And it was really annoying trying to get through some of the later dungeons because you couldn't see where you were going, or you'd get stuck in a battle and then you'd forget which way you were going. So I just started running from all the enemies. And then I would get to the boss, and the boss would just be really, really difficult, but I'd figure out a way, like I'd figure out a combination of items and have just enough cure potions on everybody to get through it. And I finally got to a point late in the game where you couldn't, like, that wasn't an option anymore. Like, no combination of items or cure spells. There was no way that you could possibly get through and beat. It wasn't the final boss, but it was like one of the second or third to final bosses. So at one point in the game, there's like I think he's actually called Odin. If you die at any point, Odin will just resurrect you and you can kind of pick up where you left off. Well, eventually Odin turns heel on you, and then you actually have to fight Odin. So I got to a point where I just wasn't powerful enough to get through. No combination of items that I had or abilities or weapons or anything was enough to beat Odin. And then of course it's Odin, so he doesn't like you can't just get resurrected and move on to the next part. You're like, that's the glitch. So there's no way to backtrack either. Once you get to that point where you're having to fight Odin, that's it. There's no, like, you can't backtrack at any point and try to level up your character. So yeah, I got probably 88% of the way through the game, and then ended up just having to start the game completely over. It was like, then I realized, you're supposed to be leveling up your character the whole way. I didn't know. I was like 9. I didn't know what I was doing. Pretty good. This dungeon's pretty short, so I'm gonna be pretty fast and loose here with using this cure spell. Keep everybody topped off while we're going. Yeah, so this is just the final boss of the first, give me that magi! So I'm double checking. I can't remember if this is... Trying to decide if this is going to be... If this is the monster that I want to... For leveling up the monster character. I'm trying to decide if this is going to be the right one to eat. This is a baby worm? Not on the list. Oh, well, that was easy enough. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait. I think I have to wait until I find the were rat. So yeah, that's the typical Final Fantasy. There's you have to. It'd be tempting to just eat every piece that you find along the way, but there's a certain path that you have to take to get it leveled up, the most possible powerful monster that you can get, or one of the most. Oh, yeah. So this is another thing in this game. Your character's not. If you scheduled an attack for one of the monsters and then that monster gets defeated before your character gets to do his turn, your character's not smart enough to just attack the next monster in the line. Your character will just stand there and do nothing. So you kind of have to plan ahead. Like, what I should have done was not have F and A attack the monster on the left, because Mr. S attacked him first, and that was going to be a one-hit kill. So I kind of goofed that one up a little bit, but yeah, there's certain ones where it does. There's certain ones where it'll do that, and there's certain ones where it won't. So Mr. S will leave our party now. Thank you. I will come back with my father. Goodbye, Mr. S. And then, did we get any... So we did not get any magi out of that, so... Okay, yeah, so the first world is a little bit bigger. So yeah, there's a town. Oh yeah, and every once in a while you see that guy who kind of looks like your dad, but it's actually, I don't think it's actually, like this time you actually find him around the corner and it's not him, it's just a guy that kind of looked like him. Now we get to go meet the townies. There's a cute cleric named Key in the shrine. Pillar of Sky is in the northern mountains. Sure as men must be looking for the Magi. So yeah, I think Ashira is the main boss in this first. Or was Ashira the boss? Yeah, Ashira's base. There we go. One cool thing about this game is if you're willing to spend 1 gold coin, you can actually just listen to any track from the game. Like basically all of the tracks, even like the ones from the end of the game and like the final one, they're just here. And you can just, if you use the jukebox, it'll just kind of play while you're roaming around the town. So it's kind of cool. Refreshment for only 10 gold. So yeah, it's typical. I mean, you can have a drink at the bar. Sometimes they'll talk to you, sometimes they won't. Don't really get much out of it. Yeah, see, that was the guy that looked like the dad, but wasn't. Magi might be left in the relics of ancient gods. Do you happen to know where it is? That's a big help. So now we can. So we've got 1,000 gold. That's not too bad. So let's see what we can. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot that we can buy. There's a rapier, more long swords, a whip, the kick ability. And sometimes these can be misleading because there was just because it's more expensive doesn't necessarily mean it's better. I'm going to stick with the long sword for now. I'm just kind of look and see what everybody's got here. So yeah, armor, that's the big... Yeah, we probably need to start buying armor for everybody. And usually it's a good idea to have at least one of every potion. Like every type of elixir for whether it's curse or eye drop or whatever. So yeah, let me take a quick look here and see what everybody's got. So he's got that. I think everybody's got the body armor, but nobody has helmet. And the monster can't equip anything. And I don't think the robot can either. And there's only certain items that the robot can equip as well. Like he can't... Like, I don't know if he can do a shield or not. I just want to test this out here. Testing a theory. Oh, he can do a shield. Okay. Alright. So, I think everybody needs a helmet. And everybody needs... Let's see what else. See what he's got. Okay, so we got a gauntlet and a helmet. So yeah, I need to buy... Okay, so he can do a shield, but I'm not sure if he can do... If the robot can do... the robot can hold a shield, but I'm not sure if the robot can, like, equip a gauntlet or body armor or something like... I don't think they can, but... So I'm going to get 2. And... Oh, the gold one. That's the fancy one. I can't buy that. Alright, so let's... I just want to test this theory here. Oh, he can. Okay. Alright. Does it actually help? Defense goes from 6 to 8. Yeah, okay. Alright, well. So I don't think... Was there any... there wasn't anything else that we could really... Probably should have a few more cure spells. And probably should have at least one of the eye drop and one of the curse. And one of the... Man, those are pricey. 1,000? Alright. So we might have to level up a little bit around the town. We might have to spend a little bit of time grinding around the town. Since there is an inn right here. Yeah, I think this... Before we go on to... There are more towns. There's a second town in this overworld, and there's 3 more dungeons. So this would probably be a good spot to spend a little bit of time leveling up. I'm going to go back and double check and see. Yeah, there's not really... Got more of the long swords. Except I have a feeling the monsters aren't going to be powerful enough. Yeah, this isn't Resident Evil, no kidding. Starting to get antsy here. A few more battles and I think I'm going to just press on to the next world. I think the problem is these enemies aren't powerful enough to really give you much. And we basically just kind of need to go up and left. There's not really... Like this game, I call this faux open world. It's kind of like Star Tropics in that, yeah, there's a big area that you can kind of walk around in, but there's really only one way that you can actually go. Oh, man. I hate to use up the flames on just one enemy, so I'm going to save those. Ah, there we go. So I just realized this, but when you stay at the inn, I think it's actually repairing your, repairing whatever weapons that you have, too. Like, I just realized that. Yeah, there's not an option to repair it at the weapon shop. It's just when you stay at the inn, they get repaired. They don't go all the way up, but they go up a little bit. I think there's, like, each time it can only go up by half, so eventually you get to a point... Like, if it starts at 50, and then it goes to 25, and then after that, it only goes to 12. That's why the bow just is always stuck at 12, I think. Alright, can we make it there before one more? Okay. So yeah, let's get everybody topped off here. Yeah, that monster is going to be pretty weak until we find the were-rat. Who the heck is Ashura? As long as Key's in here, Ashura wouldn't come in. I came here to have Key heal me. So that, I mean, for a Game Boy game, the detail on just the way those pillars look and stuff, that's super cool. There are many different worlds other than this. Next world is Ashura's Desert, and next to it is Giant's World. Key has the power to heal. Oh, that's good. I think Key's gonna join our party at some point. I'll heal you. Okay, all done. Do you know anything about the Magi? What will you do with them? Be a god? No way! Again, the dialogue in this. FNA's father is going after Magi. We're looking for him. That man with a hat on? Do you know where did he go? He dropped in, asked me about Magi, and left. Oh. Okay. Thanks. That's it. That's the dialogue. Wait! People say that there are Magi in the relics of the ancient gods. It's 4 to the east and 3 to the south from the big rock. 4 east, 3 south. Somebody remember that for me. Making a quick note here. Yeah, so it's one of those deals where you can't... It's kind of like Star Tropics. Like, you can't see it. There's just, like, kind of a secret passage in the middle of a... in the middle of the woods. I'm just kind of making a note here. Alright. Eventually she joins up with us, but not right out of the gate. So yeah, we gotta go south. So you can go north. There's actually another town up there. In fact, let's go up to the town first and see if there's any... See if we got any better weapons to choose from. Asherah is willing to get the statue of goddess and become the only god to rule the whole world. Okay, well. One gold, one... Yeah, see, it only charges you for the hit points, but I think you're... I think it actually does top off your weapons that can be repaired anyway. Later in the game, there's a handful of weapons that you find that are actually just perpetual, but for the most part, in the early stages of the game, they all have a finite amount. Ooh, we got some books. Oh man, this ain't cheap. There's books, there's spell books. 6,800. That is a little expensive for my blood today. Alright. Well, maybe... What do we got here? Curse, X-Cure, Heal. That is pricey. Let's see, Curse and Eye Drop. So which... Curse, X-Cure. So that one, I think that's just a more powerful cure one. And then Eye Drop, Soft. So let's head south, because we can't afford anything here. This is too rich. So we're going to head south and look for the big rock. Ah. See, this is why when I was a little kid, I kept picking the run option, because when you're just running into monster after monster, it gets annoying. Alright, so we keep heading south. And this is going to kind of V off here. Gonna go to the big rock. Okay, so we need to go 4 east and 3 south. So right now we're 1, 2, 3... Oh. Bless it. Oh, wait. I don't want to do that. So yeah, if you push the B button, you can just back up if you want to change your mind. So that's helpful. See how he does with the bow. He's probably not going to do as well with the bow, but we'll see. Oh, well, that was easy enough. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, so basically we just gotta look around. Find somebody to talk to. Oh, there are monsters here. Okay. I did not realize that. I would not have been as, laissez-faire while I was, Oh, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that name didn't age very well. Not too bad. We'll roll with it. Alright, so... Oh, we're just about out of ice. We'll have her defend for a minute. Do not eat the goblin's meat. Alright, she needs a new... something. I should have bought another... Colt, bow, hammer. Alright, we'll give her... Yeah, that bronze is almost... the bronze shield is almost done. Oh, she does have a bow. Okay, well who... Did I not see that the first time? Alright. I got confused there for a minute. The whip. I don't think... If I remember right, that's based off agility. See who has the most agility. She's got an agility of 7, so let's see... what she does with that. I don't want to drop anything. I'll drop the, try it here. See how that goes. So, yeah, most of these dungeons are pretty linear. I mean, you can... There's treasure chests, and if you're... But, I mean, if you're thorough, you'll find everything. There's not... They're not exactly mazes, per se. They're pretty linear. The big thing is just that you have to fight through all the monsters in order to get through. If you look around a little bit, there's usually a few treasure chests along the way, but it's not... It's nothing too crazy. I mean, it is a Game Boy game, so... Yeah, see, she... Oh, okay, here we go. That's why I couldn't find it. I had to move up. All I was seeing was this, and I was like, oh, she's out of weapons. No, she's got plenty. Here we go. Let's try the whip. Let's see how it goes. And... bow. Missed. Ah. Toast died. Oh, man. Screw that. Run. That was bad. Alright, let's get everybody top back off here. That was bad. That thing messed up my world there. That frog looks like a dancing minstrel. Oh, the whip did nothing. Well, that was completely useless. I'm gonna try. I'll try it on the other one. See if that does any better. Maybe the toad's just... Is the toad strong against that? I wonder. 10. Well, that is completely useless. Ha! Toast is toast. There it is. Yeah, that whip is useless. Go back to the bow. One hit point, and the fungus fell. And we got fungus meat. That sounds delicious. Alright. So there's a couple treasure chests hiding up here. Oh, empty? Empty. Oh, that's a tease. Three and 2. Ah. God, those misses are... That's frustrating. Oof. Well, and that's the other thing. So if one of your characters dies, but you still finish the fight, the character that's dead doesn't get any benefit from the fight. Like, everybody has to finish the fight in order to get some sort of boost. Go ahead and use up that last bow, I guess. Well, actually, no. I don't want to do that. Ah, this thing won't go down. There it is. Ah. Yeah, see, now I remember why I always ran from the monsters as a kid. Ah. See, and I don't think... Like, I think you actually have to have some sort of a... This is dicey, but I'm gonna try this here. I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, see, that won't work because he's already dead. Oh no! Oh no! Run! That was bad. That was real bad. Oops. Oh, no, I don't want to alter the order. Okay, so... this is actually one thing, I wanted to show you this while we were here. So we're, if you watch, there's like a little line right there, where those treasure chests are. So it's just like the hint of transparency. Like you can kind of almost see through, the roof of, and I don't know, it's, I mean, I'm sure they probably just put those there, but both of these are empty? That's horse shit. That's horse crap. So, I don't know, it's just kind of cool. It's like, it's just the little subtle hint that maybe that wall is transparent. I'm sure they probably just drew that on there, but I don't know. It's kind of cool for Game Boy. I mean, it's kind of neat. So we're trying to figure out where we are in so there's one more floor after this that's pretty big, and if we can make it through that, we should be okay. We should be doing all right. Oh. Gonna mess you up, lizard. Well, there's not much. Yeah, and you don't have the option to just do nothing. Oh, I forgot I still have the gun. I was kind of saving that since it's a little bit overpowered. I was kind of saving that for whatever boss that we come across in this particular dungeon. Sorry it took me so long. I had to run downstairs and get a little snack. That lizard looks like it's been smoking a bunch of the pot, which is now legal in Illinois. Yeah, it technically is. Yes, that is accurate. All right, so this is actually see, and this is why it's helpful to have a map, because if we go to the left, it's a dead end, but there's a treasure chest. I'm gonna be sort of annoyed, though, if that treasure chest ends up being empty. Ah! A cure. Okay, well, at least we got something out of it. Every single other treasure... We've come across 4 treasure chests now, and they've all been empty. Oh, snap. These guys are looking for a rumble. That toad is... That toad makes me laugh. Alright, let's see what we got here. So there's three jaguars, 2 toads, and then the fighter guy. So let's do that. Let's... You know what? Let's go ahead and use 2 flames. And actually, I probably didn't need to have the robot attack the fighter guy there on the right, because he's gonna be dead. Bro, well, now he's dead. All right, at least he got the hit in before the other flame there. That should do it. There we go. Boom. 222 gold pieces for that one. Okay. Alright. That's not bad. Ah! Another one. Alright, so let's go... Longsword, flame... hammer. Let's do it that way. Oh, so that's called gang. Okay, so they're just... So there's monsters, there's jaguars, toads, and then it's just a bunch of gang members. They all teamed up. Alright. That should do it. Yep, there we go. Toad's meat. I think I'll pass. Ah! God, that's so frustrating. That's why I always ran as a kid. You'd be trying to get through one of these dungeons, and like every 2 steps you run into a monster. I think there's an item that you can get later in the game that actually lets you... it's either an item or it might be one of the magi, but you can... it'll just let you walk without running into monsters, which is helpful if you're just trying to get through an area. And then you can stop at the end and fight some if you want to try to level up. God, that whip is useless. Let's sell that thing. Alright. So let's... I feel like we need to... We're at that point where... Actually, yeah. Use the cure on her, because she's almost dead, as usual. And have her just defend. Not bad. Have her defend again. That seemed to kind of protect everybody. That nail does nothing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Didn't think that thing was ever going to go down. Okay, can we take a few steps here before we run into more monsters? That would be special. They are thick. in this particular dungeon. And yeah, this group's tough. I don't feel like my characters are leveling up as much as they should be, but I don't know. It's only the second major dungeon, so let's give it a little more time here. That's the thing, is you have no concept of it because there's not like an XP tracker. It's just kind of random. I mean, there's some sort of math that's happening in the background, but you don't ever actually see it, so you don't feel like you're making any progress. I could be 2 steps away from a major progression, but it just doesn't seem that way. Let's see, why did I only get 72 gold pieces for that? But the other time I fought a group that big, I got almost 300 or 400, so it's weird. It's a little inconsistent, but still fun. There was somebody in there. You could see the transparency. So yeah, there's these 2 guys. Somebody's here. Take the Magi and run! Aw. Ah, see, that's why all the other treasure chests were empty, because those thieves were stealing the Magi. Speaking of which, can we... Yeah, so we can actually equip that. I forgot about that. It doesn't really do anything, but I think it'll make you more powerful anyway. And if we use... Yeah, but it has to be in here in order to use it. But if it's equipped, it'll give you some sort of ability. I'm not sure what. And then... Oops. Did not mean to do that. Alright, so if we use that, there's still 6 left. We just have to find those guys that stole them. So I'm gonna equip that. So technically you could have everybody holding 1 Magi. I forget what all they do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. Ooh. Our mic's getting a little low. There we go. Alright. Okay, we're not doing too bad. Because there's going to be 1 more set of treasure chests in here. I'm betting all these are empty too. Because these would have been... Oh, there we go. Power, speed, and monsters. Oh crap, there's 8 of them. Alright. So let's... yeah, let's use flame, and colt. Let's see what you think of that. At least those nails don't really do much of anything. These guys are just stubborn. It seems like it takes a lot to make them go down. Boom. There we go. See, that one I got 432. How about we do... so we got almost 2,000. Okay. So we could almost buy 1 thing. Actually, not even 1 thing. All of the spells in that other town were like 6,800. So we still don't have enough. But we're doing okay. Oh, I almost forgot. Almost forgot the mana one. Okay, so here... so let's... So we got power, speed, and mana. So what happens if we... Okay, so you can't really... Well, that doesn't really do anything. But if we equip it... let's give the main character the power one. Let's give the mutant... Yeah, let's give her mana. We'll give him speed, and the robot's okay. The robot I don't think needs anything right now. We'll give him the prism one just in case it is doing something, but I don't think it's doing much of anything, so. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be a little better off. That lizard does look like he's smoking pot. Yeah. He's a little googly-eyed, isn't he? Yeah, I better save that one. Oh, well. Okay, then. Alright, then. Okay, so I think... I thought we were gonna get a boss fight. Huh. Well. So we're back. We are guardians. Came to hold back Ashura's plan, but we failed. Ashura's men took the Magi. Dead. Aw. Alright, well. So at least we got a couple Magi out of that. So that means if we... Wait, so how many are left? There's still 3 left. Okay. Actually, that probably doesn't need to be equipped, but I'm gonna leave it equipped anyway. So, and let's go ahead and get a save in. Seems like a good time for it. All right, so we need to go back north to that town we went to where everything was way too expensive. Well, we're definitely going to need to stock up on something. I feel like we're going to be running low on weapons before we go to the final dungeon in this world. There's one more big dungeon that we got to get through. I think it's called Ashura's Base. Yeah, so we're gonna need to stock up in that town when we get there. This guy's this guy kind of thinks he's a badass. He's not going down. He took attacks from all 4 of us and didn't go down. There we go. That was annoying. Alright. Just walking along. And more monsters. We got a spider, skeleton. One of each, okay. So that. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and surely that'll be enough. Okay. Not too bad. It definitely seemed like that mana one is helping her. That mana magi is helping. Alright, well, let's go to all the weapon shops and look at all the stuff we can't afford to buy. I thought I talked to just about everybody here, I think. Yeah, stay at the inn. Now, did that... So I want to double check. Did that... Okay, so that refilled his bow to 25. Because that bow was down to 1. And then staying at the inn refilled it to 25. Now, I think the next time we repair it, it'll only repair to 12. Like, see, I think... So his bow only went... Yeah, so each time you repair it, it only goes up by half. And then eventually it gets to a point where you just can't repair it anymore. It's kind of a weird system, but it also, I think it kind of assumes that by the time that's running out, you're probably going to need to be stocking up with whatever the next powerful set of weapons is. The Pillar of the Sky leads to Ashura's world. So it's kind of their way of encouraging you to not keep just trying to use the same weapons throughout the whole game. Heal. Now I wonder, does the heal... Will the heal one actually bring you back from the dead? So what I'm trying to figure out is whether or not there's a way to bring back a stunned character. And there's actually not. So when one of your characters goes down in a battle, if they lose all their hit points and go to stunned, that's it. They're essentially dead until after the battle. There's no Phoenix down or anything like that to bring them back. So that's a little harsh. Figured there'd at least be a spell or something, or maybe a Phoenix down or something like that. But again, this wasn't actually a Final Fantasy game. This was a Saga game, so that must be why it's a little different. Trying to figure out if the elixir will bring you back from the dead, but I'm not sure. Deal with it? Yeah. Well, we don't have enough to buy it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Is there one that we didn't? So we've got Curse, X-Cure, Soft. We should probably have one of those. I'm gonna... Old school RPGs can be arbitrarily brutal, yeah. Yeah, this is, it's hardcore mode. Although, it's not a total hardcore mode, though, because, there was, I mentioned this earlier, but there's a wizard that, actually, I think he's named Odin. I haven't died yet, but if all of your characters die in this game in a battle, it doesn't immediately... It's not a permadeath. Like, you don't have to restart from the previous save. This wizard, Odin, will just come down and basically revive you. And then you can just kind of pick up where you left off. Except, later in the game, Odin eventually turns heel, and then you have to fight him in, like, an epic boss battle. And, obviously, he doesn't heal you if, if you die facing him. So, but that's, like... 80-85% of the way through the game. So yeah, I guess it's not totally harsh. It does have a little bit of training wheels in that Odin will come back and fix you. Try playing the original Phantasy Star 2 for why is this so hard? Yeah, I didn't grow up with Sega in the house, so unfortunately I've never gotten to play the Phantasy Star games the way I would have liked. They're on the backlog. At some point, I'm going to play them. Yeah, I can't afford a daggum thing in here. Is there anything I could sell? Most of this stuff that I do have to sell isn't going to be worth spit anyway. I guess I could sell the bow, because there's only 4 of those anyway. 2 gold pieces. Gee, thanks. Man, I feel like I should have had more money by now. This is pretty brutal. So he's still got the Colt. And he's still got nothing, essentially. And they've got ice. Yeah, I could... Oh, I'm gonna sell this whip. That thing's a piece of crap. And he still just got that crappy longsword. Alright. 180. Okay, I'll take it. Man, I feel like I should have had better weapons by now before I go on to this. The next place where we're heading is basically going to be the final dungeon of this first overworld, and yeah, well, guess we're just gonna have to make do with what we got here. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I want to save it again before I leave. All right. Okay, so we need to go... Kind of turns into a little maze in this area, but... I'm gonna save that colt. That was easy enough. So we want to keep going this way. Nope, that took us right to it. Cannot enter. What? Oh, that's right. We got to go back. We actually have to go back to the temple that we were at earlier, and that Princess Key is going to join up with us. I completely forgot about that. Poison. Alright. Oh, crap. I'm not in the mood to deal with any of you people. Alright, I'm gonna be a turd here and just run from all these guys, because I don't feel like messing with this. Just for a minute. We gotta go back up and talk to her. Tell her that those guys stole the Magi, and then she's gonna join up with us when we go to the base. What? Ashura's men took the Magi? We are going to Ashura's base. I'm coming with you. I must save this world from Ashura. He joined. Alright, let's see what all she can do here. Oh, so okay, yeah, she's overpowered here as a cleric. So yeah, she's got cure. Yeah. Alright. That'll work. My internet's being a little wonky right now, and I can't, for some silly reason, see the chat window, so I'm a little bit behind on the chat here. Okay, so she's got... Yeah, she is overpowered. Way overpowered, so... I'm gonna prop this phone up over here in the corner so I can see the chat here. I don't know why my Wi-Fi is acting squirrely. Maybe because I'm trying to stream at the same time? I don't know. There we go. That's a little better anyway. Alright, let's head to Ashura's base. So we've got to go... We basically just got to go back up to where we were. We're probably going to run into... I think I'm just going to... Everybody's healed, everybody's topped off. I'm just going to run till we get there. Just to save on time a little bit. Monsters aren't going to be very powerful in this... Yeah, see, these aren't going to be very powerful monsters. It's not even going to be worth the effort. Just in the interest of time here. There we go. I'm gonna get my map going here. Oh, crap. Yeah, my internet... My Wi-Fi, like... I'm streaming on the router, but the Wi-Fi has died, so I can't see anything here. Well, we're just gonna have to adapt and overcome here. That's what the save game feature's for. So if those guys run into you, you'll just that'll be an instant fight. But then also you can there's random boss random monster battles too. Try to avoid those, but yeah, we'll save the flame for... I think we'll be okay against these guys. I don't think they're... I think they're about the same. In fact, I'll even... I'm actually just going to use her shield. Yeah, these guys are pretty weak. 1, damage 5. So yeah, we don't have to use our flame on these ones. I'll just have her defend again. There's no sense in wasting all her good spells till we get to the end. You know what? Let's try running into one of these and just see what it is. I couldn't tell if I actually hit the monster or if it just did a random monster right before I was about to make the turn. I think this was just another random one. These stupid flies. You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna use a thunder on you. Boom. That's what you get. Oh, is it just gonna be that each time? Huh. Well, that'd be a fast way to get a bunch of money. Each time you get about 300 gold out of that, so that's not too bad. Alright, moving on. I don't think I can go this way. Nope. I go this way. These levels are pretty linear, so I really don't need the map. It's just trying to save the amount of time that I have to walk over the same spot over and over again. So you don't have to do this. Nope. Alright, so let's go... Ah! Can't run! Oh no! There it is. Alright, let's get everybody topped off here. I'm betting her cure is more powerful than... Yeah, I don't think I want to waste that. Let's just use the... Oops. Yeah, that monster is really lagging behind right now. But if you're patient and you're willing to deal with it... Oh, crap. Ah, there's too many of them. If you're patient and you're willing to deal with having the weak monster on your team for a while, when you get to level 3, I think, you can eat the Weir Rat meat, and it'll make it way more... It'll leapfrog all the other characters at that point. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, that thunder is just going to wipe him out regardless, but... Toad's meat. I've actually never had frog legs. I've had turtle. It wasn't like in a restaurant turtle either. It was, we actually caught a turtle when we were fishing. And we didn't mean to. It just got itself caught. And we were actually going to let it go. And then that little jerk was mean and tried to it tried to bite us. So eating something named Weir Rat meat sounds like a fast way to coronavirus. Yeah, that coronavirus. That's no joke. But yeah, this turtle got itself caught up on our fishing line, and we were just going to catch a release and let the thing go. And the little son of a bitch tried to bite us. So we killed him, cooked him, and ate him. And it was... I don't want to say it was bad, but it was a little murky. It was kind of a... It wasn't exactly a freshwater turtle. It was this lake in the back of... my grandparents' friend's house, and it was that water was kind of dirty, so we probably didn't do a good enough job cleaning it, but there we go. This is where it turns into a bit of a slog when you're just running into monsters nonstop. Yeah, that's why we've got the thunder spell. There we go. Is there a treasure chest down here? Nope. Oh, so yeah, her hammer spell doesn't do squat. Okay. Or not the hammer spell, but she's not very efficient with the melee weapons there. She's really good with the spells, but not so much with the hammers, so that's good to know. Actually, you know what? Let's use the Colt. Yeah, let's get this over with. So it's just weird that there's like TV screens. You would think this takes place in some sort of I don't know, like medieval, colonial type of a setting. That's usually when these games are, but there's just random computer screens off in the background here. Oh no. Almost got hit by that zombie monster. Okay, so we've got Curse, Eye Drop, and Speed. I think that just gives you like a temporary mana boost or agility boost. Or no, there's a slow spell that you can get. There's a status effect of slow that you can get that if one of the monsters attacks you with that, then your character just takes twice as long for the same turn. So there's 4 of each here, so oh boy. So let's focus. We'll use the flame, and so that thunder should wipe out the guy on the right there, the goblin. And flame. Ah, okay. Well, that was easy enough. That wasn't so bad. Fungus meat. Oh, I really want to check over here. Okay, yeah, there was no... so many monsters. Okay, so there's 4 of the goblins, so let's... Man, I really should start... I really need to start saving those flames. I'm gonna use it on this one, and then after that, I'm gonna start saving them. Oh. Yeah, that is annoying. I remember why I always can't run. Oh no. I didn't want to go to all the trouble of getting everybody topped off here and then immediately have that zombie run into me and have to fight again. Everybody else is okay. It's really just the one. Oh, they're gonna give us this branching pathway. Should we go left or should we go right? There's a lot of them up there. Hang on, let's go back this way. Make sure there's not a random treasure chest sitting over there or something. Man, I really need to start saving those flames for the final boss here. Okay, so there's 3 jaguars, but those samurai guys are always really tough. So I'm going to focus on the jaguars with everybody else. And then use thunder on the samurai. That should take care of them. Probably didn't need to waste the thunder that last time. That was a mistake. Hey, we got an extra longsword. See, I can't give that to the monster though. And she's probably not going to really be able to use it. Her strength is only 4, so I guess I'll just give it to him. All right. These might actually just go around in a circle, I think. Yeah, this all just kind of loops around. It's just the one side had way more monsters than the other. You know what? We're running. Oh, there was a treasure chest hiding over there. Okay. Alright, so we got 3, 3, 2. So let's focus Do that. Really don't want to use any more of those. I'll use the ice. I forgot she had ice. Yeah, I goofed. I had F and A attack one of the other guys, and that I should have known that Key would have been able to take him out. That was dumb. Ooh, silver gauntlet. I will, yeah, see, you can't double up on that. So I gotta swap out the bronze for the silver. Did that go up? That only went up 1 point, I think. Feel like it should have went up more than 1 point. The difference between bronze and silver. I feel like that should have been a little bit more significant, but okay. I don't think I can... Yeah, you can't pilfer any of the items out of Key's inventory either, unfortunately, so... Alright. Ah, crap. 5? Okay, so... I'm gonna focus... Mike, you're sucking the hind tent with that nail here. And Colt. And then we'll use Thunder on the toads. Sorry, the fungus. Toad's meat. Okay. Man, I'm gonna have to start saving those thunder spells here too before too long. Toast lost ice and acquired poison. Well, what if I wanted to keep the ice? The poison doesn't really work. Do I get a choice in that? Huh. Alright. Yeah, if that gets down to 10, I'm gonna have to save that for the final boss. That thunder spell. That was easy enough. Thunder toads. Ugh. Ooh, an axe. Interesting. What's his strength? He's got a strength of 8. I wonder... And he's already got the Colt. I'll try him. I'll try the axe with the main character. He's only got a strength of 6, but we'll see. There was actually a like a handout that came with this. There was like a fold-in. It was just a piece of paper, but it was really cool. They included, and it basically just had like a little, it was almost like a spreadsheet, even though it was 1990 or whatever. It looked like a spreadsheet, but it basically just had all of the weapons and what they did and how powerful they were. And it was, I thought that was super cool. It, coming from like playing, you know, a computer game like Space Quest or something where they would include little feelies from time to time like that. I thought it was really neat that there was just a little handout in there that had all the weapons in it. They weren't always 100% accurate, and I think it just depended on what level the weapon was when you found it, but it was really cool having that. Spreadsheets were a thing in 1990. Yeah, I was like 10, so I couldn't remember, but yeah, it was just like a little spreadsheet. I mean, it had some artwork on it, but then yeah, it had all the weapons that you would find, or at least 90% of the weapons that you would find along the way. It was really cool. I almost feel like I need to use a cure here on Toasty. Oh, I screwed that up. Try that axe. Well, I probably won't even make it to get to see the axe here. We'll see what happens. We'll just have her defend. Yeah, that bow's gonna do it. Yep. Fungus meat. Okay, this door feels like this is gonna be final battle here. Okay, kids. I only know because I've seen text-based ones on retro shows. I didn't know what spreadsheets were in 1990. That's I wonder what they would have used in 1990 to generate those. Ha ha ha! How stupid of you to come here, Key. That's it. It's a rhino. He looks like he's going like this. Like he's like, ah. Like almost like he's posing for a glamour shot or something. He's kinda like that. Alright. I figured he'd have some minions off to each side of him, but he doesn't, so we'll try this axe out. We'll use ice and flame and the colt. Yeah, we're gonna come at this guy with everything we got here. Ooh, he's weak against ice. And that was it. That was anticlimactic. Received 99, that's it for the final boss. Come on. Toast's max HP gained by 16. It's too late. Most of the Magi's already in Lord Ashura's hands. Banzai! Let's go out that door. It's blowing up. Ah! Okay, wait a minute. I gotta focus everybody else on the fly. And then have her take out the goblins. There we go. Oh, are at least gonna be some Magi in here? Okay, good. Alright, there's the 3 Magi, so there we go. Whoever did the monster characters designs for this game, they're hilarious. Yeah, they are pretty. They're pretty out there. They're good though. I mean, for a Game Boy game, they're really detailed. They're just squirrely looking. Like, yeah, the goblin's got some googly eyes too. He just looks like he's got problems of some sort. I don't know how to describe it. Alright, so we'll use the axe. And the ice, the flame. We'll use thunder on them because there's 5 of them. Yeah, this when you use the spell like that, it attacks the entire group. So use that one on the one that's got the most, and that tends to work out pretty well. Crow attacks Goblin with the Colt. FNA did nothing. Way to go, FNA. Goblin attacks FNA with a punch. Wow, so we've got... So now I think... So yeah, we should probably use... If we give the fire one to Mike, and he has the fire spell, that would actually... Or we could give him the defense one. He might actually need that till we give him the... till we were able to level him up. Nope. There it is. Asher's base disappeared. Key. Did it! But Ashura will be stronger with Magi and assail you again. We'll go get him before that. So it actually... So Key actually stays with you. So we could, theoretically, before we go to the Pillar of the Sky. So this pillar actually goes to the next level. So each one of these worlds, I think there's 6 or 8 different worlds, and they're all separated by these Pillar of the Sky pillars. And I'm assuming that as soon as we go to the next one, Key's probably going to leave our party. She'll probably stay. She'll probably go back to her castle, I'm betting. But we could hang around and level up here. But yeah, I'm betting. Key, goodbye. I must stay in this world. Yeah, so I think that's going to wrap it up for today. I think that's a good stopping point. We made it through the first world. Really awesome game for a Game Boy game. I mean, it'd be an awesome game even if it was on the NES, I think. I think it holds its own with you know, all the other 8-bit versions of Final Fantasy, but they really packed a lot. Like I said, this was everything we just did was just the first level of like 7 or 8 different worlds that they crammed into this one game. So I am recording this for an upcoming episode, so I do intend to play through the whole game. I'll upload a condensed version of this stream over on the side channel on Friday Night Arcade Plays. If anybody came in late and missed it and wants to check it out later. And then, yeah, I'm going to be saving all that footage for when I do a standalone episode on the main channel about this. It'll probably take me at least a month to actually get that done, because I got to play through the whole game and then edit it all together and all that stuff. But thanks everybody for hanging out. This was fun. So I'm going to try to do this more often when I'm recording footage for these longer games. I'll do it here on Twitch, and then I'll upload that over to the side channel, and then you'll probably hear in about 4 or 6 weeks, you'll see this pop up as an episode on the main channel. But thanks everybody for playing along with me. Mike and everybody that jumped in, Tungsten, I'm gonna screw this up, Lido Caneus, Crow, yeah. So yeah, this was a lot of fun, everybody. So thanks for jumping in. And we'll see you next time. Have a great weekend.